Hello, everyone. It's Mike Jacob with Unleashing Intuition Secrets. Supposed to have Lewis Herms on, hopefully shortly. He looked like he was on the road. He tried to come in. He said he was sorry, and then popped out. So maybe he'll get to a spot where he can, communicate better. But he's trying to hit like all these different cities, sometimes 2 a day, to do events for governor of California. So great time. I was there to help him kick it off on September 27th. My birthday is pretty nice. And it was a good response. So hopefully, here he is. We'll try and get him in right now. Lewis.
I can barely hear you. I'm so sorry, but can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's a good start.
All right. You're on the We the People tour. I guess, you have I was just telling everybody you're going from, sometimes 2 cities a day to do events. So you're traveling. So it's good. We got to get you on. How's everything going?
Mike, I know you're asking about the tour. I don't know why my volume's not coming through, so I'll just go for it if we can. So we're on the We the People tour, which is really cool because primarily what this tour is about is meeting people all up and down the state of California to see how we can help. And it's interesting because we were in Paradise, and there's a massive cover-up going up there still almost 6 years later in Paradise. And so we have some information, and we're going to help with that, probably do a press conference. And then we were just in another city, and there's certain issues that you have in, say, San Luis Obispo. And this morning, we're in Fresno, and there's massive issues and deals going on with agriculture and the farmers throughout Fresno. So it's very interesting that we're getting this information. But what I'm finding out is the people that we're meeting are so brilliant, and they're just looking for somebody to listen to them and listen to their ideas. So we're really focusing on listening to the ideas and implementing solutions. And some of the solutions we came up with while we're talking to them, and they seem to get very, very excited about this. So this is a massive, massive movement, all culminating. Well, we're still gonna head over to we're gonna take a couple of days off, and we're gonna head over to Pasadena and then Huntington Beach, and we have a bunch of meetings in between that we're excited about. But we're building a massive force of volunteers that really want to make a difference. And they're starting to see that, wow, this may be possible for this guy with no name to actually be guardian of California, which is really, really cool. You don't know this, but we had an event that you were at, and it was fantastic. By the way, you did a phenomenal job, and Tracy and Joe was awesome. There was about 70 people at that event. But then they had a surprise kind of a prayer vigil for us later that night. There was about 500 people there. So
wow,
that was cool. That was pretty impressive. So we're getting support from all avenues, and this tour is really, really cool. So we'll be in, I believe it's Tuesday. We'll be in Huntington Beach. No, is it Tuesday, Huntington Beach? Yeah, Tuesday, Huntington Beach, and Wednesday in Pasadena. But I have a huge announcement here, and this is going to be really cool. We have a massive rally that we're setting up November 8th, the same day as the debate. So we'll do the rally in the morning, and we'll be at the debate in the evening. And we're going to do it in Carlsbad, California. And our expectations, based on our conversations, looks like they're already organizing possibly a actual parade for us coming all the way from the Clovis Fresno area down there on November 8th. Based on what we know, and we've had the numbers from what we did on a previous San Diego event, we think we'll probably have well over 1,000 people at this event. So Mike, we would love you to be there. As many people that are in this freedom movement. This is a catalyst day. This is a day that's going to blow everybody away when they see this. And we have some special surprises that are happening between now and especially on November 8th that will be extraordinarily newsworthy. And we have a feeling some of the things are going to happen. Even the mainstream media is not going to be able to avoid this.
Wow, that's good. Sounds fantastic.
So it's a fun ride for sure. We have a lot of work to do. But like we just met this gentleman at this restaurant, and we're finding there's so many people with an appetite for this. His deal was the Second Amendment, right? Which we totally resonate with, and he doesn't understand. And he just made a great point. He goes, Lewis, I don't get it. They're trying to pass a law now that's preventing lasers on guns in California. He says, and he made a lot of sense. He goes, wouldn't the innocent bystanders and around a shooting be less likely to get hit if we were using lasers? Not more likely? I said, absolutely. None of these laws make any sense. These laws are about protecting the governing body of parasites. The laws are never about protecting we the people.
Yeah. Totally unconstitutional come after the Second Amendment. So that's unsatisfactory. California has been a big Second Amendment taking it down. So hopefully when you get in office, you'll be able to turn all that around.
That's the idea. And, the reality is, I say often that the Second Amendment is the most important because none of the other amendments would matter without the Second Amendment holding them accountable.
And that's what the people that built our new government constitution, they knew that if a corrupt government came in, the only thing that would stop it were people that were armed. So they made sure that everybody had as many guns as they could so that would never happen. So that's why that Second Amendment has to be there.
Absolutely. In fact, I was reading stuff with Bruce from the Founding Fathers just today, and it was great. They were stating that the only people that shouldn't have guns are the government officials themselves.
Right. And it actually states that every citizen should have it, but federal government officials. Yep.
Well, and it absolutely makes sense if you really think about it, because we're here today only based on government tyranny and oppression. That's why we're in the situation that we're in. And we'd be a lot farther down the road if we didn't have a Second Amendment. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. Now, one thing, I don't know if you can still hear me or not, but there was
I just have to get it closer, so you guys have to see up my nostrils.
All right. So there was a large fire that erupted at Los Angeles area Chevron Refinery in El Segundo. Now, I've heard from a lot of people that it could be, linked to people that are not here in the United States. So we have to talk around this stuff. That have Oriental, eyes and so forth. We'll leave it at that. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I don't have any details on that, but I believe that we are under attack, and I'll just say by the Chinese nationalists. And the reason why I'm going to mention them is because when we were doing work in Palisade to try to help these people save their land, we're getting a lot of reports that Chinese nationalists were running up and down the streets trying to purchase properties, investigating, doing measurements, undermining and circumventing Americans that were trying to own this property. So I am very suspicious of China. I have been for a long time. I believe that Russiagate was a complete diversion from China, who I believe China was, and I hope is not anymore, but is the main enemy that we need to look for, in my opinion. So therefore, the powers that be, the parasites that run things, they got us focusing on Russia while they were cozying up to China. And we have the information on the payments that went to the Biden family reached to China. So that's not like it's news. It should be newsworthy, but it's not new news. That's for sure.
Very good. So what other highlights do you want to mention while we have you here?
You know what? we'll take as much support as we have. And if that's in the form of people commenting on social media, so on and so forth, I would just like everybody to go to hermsforcali.com. And if you're on X, just go to @WowLouis, because they've already stolen my other accounts. That's a whole nother long story. But the suppression is real right now. I'm going to give you an idea, and this is very important for people to understand what's going on. So to give you an idea, it took us a while to get on the actual Secretary of State website. We had people that had to call in order to harass them, and finally, now we're on the Secretary of State website as a legitimate candidate.
Wow.
But guess what? We applied for Ballotpedia 2.5 months ago. We're still not in Ballotpedia, and that's the #1 recognized website for candidates. They still have not put us up there. We jumped through all the hoops. Last week we applied for Wikipedia. Wikipedia's excuse for not putting us on is I wasn't known. We didn't have enough. There wasn't enough details about me or interviews. Get this, interviews, right? And the websites that we link to may not be legitimate. Well, screwbiggov.com's been up for 5 years. I've got, if you just Google, you can actually Google Louis Herms, and I have more impressions than all the candidates combined.
Wow.
Think about that. More impressions than all, but they say I may not even be a legitimate person. The suppression is real. We've contacted every major network to get us up on their websites. They will refuse to return our calls and our emails.
Wow, that's huge. So we talk about this all the time. You're over the target, but
they do not want me being seen for something.
You're over the target, but that doesn't help you and your campaign. Yeah, you're over the target. Let's get some work done. So this is how we get it out there. On
it's crazy.
Like this.
And I'll let you know how it goes. So we've had some big donors approach us, and when they went to look for us, they couldn't find us. And although we sent them the link to the Secretary website, they got a little bit gun shy because they're afraid of, like, wow, if the suppression is this much, they were worried about if our money was even going to be useful, right? And we assured them, we go, well, it's definitely, because we have guerrilla marketing tactics that we're using right now very effectively with our Post-its and things like that. People could say in their website, and they're going to have to put us on there. We already know it. It's just a delay tactic at this moment, right? So we're going to get up there. So it's crazy, but that's what we're fighting against. So I would say, if you guys believe in the cause of saving the children from child trafficking, and by the way, this is anywhere in the world, because where California goes, the rest of the world follows. This is the golden ticket. This is the one that the deep state cabal wants the most. And the good guys should be fighting as hard as we can for this. And I can tell you, most of the other candidates are just paid GOP shills at this moment. So we're fighting for you. We're going to do everything we can, but we can take the support in regards to social medias. Volunteers are coming out the woodwork. We're so appreciative. And yes, we would love your donations. So if you can come to hermsforcali.com and give us a small or substantial donation, I guarantee you right now, we're going to treat it just like we would treat the budget for California. We will use the money appropriately, and you're going to be very proud of the outcome.
Excellent. So on your website, you have events. Are those up to date? I see you got the Pasadena and the Huntington Beach on there.
Yeah, exactly. So those are the next two that we're going to go. All you have to do is, guys, just go to hermsforcali.com, click on either one of those events that you want to attend, RSVP. It's free. And then it's just a town hall meeting where you have a discussion with me, and we'll also do a Q&A at those generally. And we're going to ask you specifically, what can we do to make this California's liberty intended?
How about the Lake Elsinore? Is that still active? You still doing
No,
that?
we had to move that date. So we're going to update that coming soon.
Okay. So you'll see that on the website. That's great. So thanks for that insight. Anything else you'd like to share?
That's it for now. These two events are very important. We now have, which is really cool, is if anybody wants to host a private event anywhere in the country, 5 or more people, I'll come in on a Zoom, and we'll do a Zoom event with you. No problem. And nice thing about California, which is weird, is we can accept donations from anywhere in the world, and trust me, we've been getting them from everywhere, which is kind of funny.
Wow. All right. Well, thanks, Louis. Thanks for taking the time. I know you're super busy, so we'll keep updated. And when you want to come back on and share some more information, please let us contact us, and we'll get you back on.
Yeah, and I'll be in my office next week. So if we want to do something more thorough, we can, or do something with Scott and the boys too.
Oh, definitely. Good. Yep. Yeah, Scott would love to come in and support this. He already said that. So, all right, Louis, lots of love. Good luck to you guys, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Appreciate you, Mike. Take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.